Everyone, welcome back to my channel, Not Much Ordinary. Cup of tea. I just wanted to talk to you today about NMO and mental health. You have to excuse the state of my face. I wrote a blog post the other day on my blog, Not Much Ordinary, called War Paint, and about how I am not feeling the £8 Asda foundation and my cheapy concealer. Ooh, extreme close up. So excuse my under eyes. Makeup's kind of worn off. Anyway, by the by, I wanted to talk to you today about mental health and NMO and everything kind of to do with that. Not like heavy subject, just because I think it's something that needs to kind of be touched on my channel. I think I've kind of touched it on my blog before about my mental health hasn't always been peachy. I've always, like, not so much now, but in the past I've struggled with like battling slight depression and stress, and really I think a good 10 years ago probably quite bad anxiety, and I probably didn't realise at the time what it was until now. Pardon me, sorry, I've just eaten my lunch. Really. And with the NMO, there are theories that it can be sparked by stress, for example, as well as other life factors. And that probably was one of them at the time when this happened. I think I've touched on this before. Kind of we had a lot of things going on in my personal life, and that probably did contribute. A lot of it was to do with work at the time. It's nothing to do with what I do now for a job. I absolutely love my job, and it's completely different to what I used to do way back when, before I worked for the company I do for now, which I'm not allowed to say who it is. But I think that's probably one of the factors. And I had a meeting at work the other day, and I was saying about kind of recognising triggers, and I kind of missed that I was having a relapse. I think because I've been well for so long, which some of you with NMO will appreciate, you know, you can have quite a long time between relapses, if any at all, and I think I just missed the signs. But one of the things that I have noticed, if I don't feel very well, is I can suddenly feel quite low, and I think that had been coming on really for quite a while. Or I'd be okay at work, not okay at home, or I'd be okay at home and not particularly feeling 100% at work. Or some days I'd feel completely fine and other days not very good at all. And I was getting really tired all the time, which was probably the relapse starting. I've said before, I've got underactive thyroid as well, and so everything I knew was fine, and in that respect everything was being controlled properly and correctly, and I think pain was making me really tired at the time as well, and probably making me feel really low, which I've said about in my blog before, about pain can really drag you down. But I think this was different. This was kind of really not feeling myself. And I've always liked to think I've got quite a strong sense of self. God, I look rough. Sorry. But I've always said I'll keep this channel real. I've been doing some housework today and putting away like a mountain of washing. So hence I'm now sitting down watching RuPaul's Drag Race with a cup of tea. So I don't really drink coffee very often. Why don't you drink coffee, Jane? I'll tell you. It's because years ago, when the fatigue was still really bad, after I had the first TM attack, I was drinking coffee quite a lot as like an artificial kind of stimulant, I suppose. So I was so tired all the time. And then I said to my NMO doctor, Dr. Jacobs at the Walton Centre in Liverpool, about having headaches quite frequently. And he said, oh, you know, have you thought about cutting down on the caffeine? And I thought, oh no, I'd not thought about cutting down caffeine. So I stopped drinking coffee pretty much immediately, but I do have caffeine in my tea, and I will drink coffee every so often. Like I go to Costa or something because I really like their lattes. It's nice, but it's kind of a treat. It's not very often I have one at home. I did recently. I've just had the most horrendous chest infection, and I just felt ugh on this one day. I thought I'm just going to have a coffee. Did have a bit of a headache later, so it just goes to show I must be quite sensitive to it. Hold on a second. I'm a bit of a tea belly. What were we saying? Oh yes, depression. So losing sight of yourself. Yeah, so I've always kind of thought, you know, since I got the NMO diagnosis in 2014, I've always worked on myself and really finding myself. And then when this all was happening with the relapse, looking back now, I really had started to lose my way a little bit. And I think, I've said before in blog posts about not really caring about looking nice, and I just felt not right, not very happy. And that's not me. I'm naturally quite confident, which has come since more the NMO, I think. But I just didn't feel happy. It was just, I don't know what it was. It was nothing in particular. It was no one in particular. It was nothing that was happening at the time in particular. I just didn't feel right. And that all kind of went when I got into hospital. Now, I think my eye's really red. It irritated my eye. I thought it was the lighting. And but when I got into hospital and I finally got the intravenous steroids, it was such a relief, I think, because I was finally being treated. And I think that probably relieved some of that kind of worry and the pressure and the stress I'd perhaps been worrying about, the pain. Pardon me. Oh dear, pardon me. And that I'd been kind of worrying perhaps more than I was letting on to myself about what was happening. And perhaps it was that. Perhaps it was that. It could well have been. Because even though I didn't want to be in hospital, I mean, who wants to be in hospital? I certainly didn't, not right before Christmas. But I was so relieved to be in hospital and getting treated. It kind of relieved all that. And that kind of went, and it was such a relief. Really was a relief. And that was all good, really. And then I started thinking about how I'd been feeling. And I thought, yeah, really, for a couple of months I'd not felt right. And then I know I've spoken about my hair before on here and in my blog post about my hair, which is a mess because it's been tied up and it needs washing, that my hair this is extensions. Whoops. So this is my own hair. Can't really see. So all this this is my own hair. So the shorter hair is my own hair, which has been growing. And yeah, the extensions I had put in when I started to feel poorly last year, and I felt better for having longer hair than shorter hair. But even the things like my hair colour, I've never been kind of a brown, blonde person. I've always kind of been very, very blonde and pink and purple and lilac and all the matter of colours. And the reason I started dyeing it brown last year was because years and years of bleaching had caught up with me, big style, and my poor hair, which again I wrote about recently. It just got to the point where it was like chewing gum when I was bleaching it, and I thought I can't carry on. So I started growing the bleach out last year when I was feeling okay. This was like the start of last year. And I was kind of rocking the whole kind of natural mousy root thing. And then it was pink temporarily on and off for a while, which was really fun. And then I took the plunge and dyed it brown then when it started growing a bit more because it was thickening up. And I thought, I'll just be brown for a while, let my hair grow. And it did improve a lot. Like people started saying, oh, your hair's looking really thick. And I thought, yeah, actually, when I look back at old photographs, people only ever see the front, but around the back, it had got really thin in places, really bad. And I couldn't really do anything with it. So my hair kind of grew and whatever. And I kind of got used to being brunette. And then as time went on, I thought, yeah, I'm just going to kind of blend into the background a little bit and kind of rock this kind of natural hair and all this kind of jazz, even though that's never really been my thing. And then the other day, I just thought, I really want to dye my hair. And I was talking to my hairstylist about having some blonde put through the brown to go with the brown. And I thought, do you know what it is though? It's not that I want to be blonde particularly over. I want to be pink all over and purple and lilac and whatever and have like unicorn, magical rainbow mermaid hair. And I thought, yes, it's because I'm feeling better. It's because I feel like me and this isn't me. And as stupid as it sounds, hair can be a big thing, especially when I lost a load of it to steroids a few years ago. I mean, my hair was only like there when I was on steroids in 2014, 15, when I was on them a lot, like 60 milligrams every day for a long time. My hair kind of just didn't really grow. So hair's always been an important thing. And I thought, yeah, I just want to look in the mirror and see me again. So that's all kind of planned for this week. So I'll do a big hair reveal, maybe, about how it looks afterwards, if it looks okay. But just little things like that. And I thought, yeah, because now I feel like me again, I kind of want to get rid of the poorly hair, if that makes sense to anybody. Do you know what I mean? The poorly hair, and kind of want rid of the poorly kind of look. And there was something else I was going to say. Oh yes, the other thing. Music is a big thing to me. I am very eclectic in my taste. My favourite genre is like glam rock, kind of glammy stuff. That's why I've always liked bleaching my hair, you know, kind of like Bon Jovi, Guns N' Roses, all the 80s hair metal. And because I do a lot of amateur dramatics as well, I equally like show tunes and things from like Hairspray, The Greatest Showman. Oh, amazing. Anything like that. So I have music on a lot in my car. And another thing I'd noticed that when I started not to feel very well is I'd listen to it, but I didn't really want to sing along. I can't really sing, and my husband would vouch for that. But I'd always, you know, sing along like people do in the car. And then this one day, I think I just dropped my son off somewhere, or I was driving along, or I'd been to somewhere like the supermarket or something, and a song came on, and I just naturally started singing, and then I just started laughing. And not like laughing in a crazy way, but I just felt so happy, and it was like this release. And I thought, yeah, I've not really had that for ages. And then that was like another thing. I thought I'm starting to feel better because I just felt a lot lighter in myself. So I thought, yeah, that's clearly a sign I'm starting to feel better. So yeah, and then I felt completely fine since. And when I came out of hospital, I had a flipping good cry on the way home from the Queen's Medical Centre in Nottingham with my mum and dad. And that was just pure relief of being in hospital and thinking I'm going home to see my son and my husband. I'm not stuck in hospital for Christmas, which is what I was worried about. And it's the relief of knowing I was going to be okay. And I've got a checkup tomorrow at Liverpool, which is really good. And we're going to sort out medicine stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on the mental health thing, that I didn't have to go down the antidepressant route, luckily. And I was so close to calling somebody for help before I went to hospital, just someone to talk to, or booking in counselling sessions. And it was that week after, I think, that I went into hospital, and I think I was just so worried about how I was feeling, and I was trying to kid myself that I was going to be okay, and it was just hip pain, it was just back pain, and I know now. But for anybody out there that's struggling with pain or feeling low or depressed, reach out to somebody wherever you are. I've said before, I use the Facebook group quite a lot, and blogging is my biggest thing. I don't think I would manage if, oh God, I have antihistamines and my eyes getting worse. Oh God. I don't think I'd manage probably if I didn't blog. I don't think, because the blog that I write is so personal to me. My eye, I'm really sorry, folks. I'm actually going to get something with my eye. That's really weird. The blogging for me is just such a relief and a release to kind of let out how I'm feeling and anything like that. And I think it's just finding that release for you. But equally talking, if you can talk to your family and friends about how you're feeling, do. But also, if you need somebody that's not involved in the situation, don't bottle it up and don't kind of dwell on how you're feeling too much. If you can, reach out, get help. Whichever country you're in the UK we have Mind, there's the Samaritans, you can get GP referrals, there's self-referrals depending on where you are in the UK. I'm sure in other countries there are various different things you can do as well. But try and let somebody know how you're feeling, because mental health is nothing to be scoffed at. It is so important. Men and women, and unfortunately I'd say even, I don't know, children, teenagers, you know, some of you will have children with NMO, and perhaps you're the ones that need the support and the help getting that. And it's just, don't be afraid to say, do you know what? I don't feel right. I'm not feeling myself. I don't feel good. And get that support. So on that note, I'm going to go and see what on earth's the matter with my eye. It's really red. Have a good day. Be kind to yourselves. I'm going to try and find antihistamine or some sort of wipe for my eye. And I'll see you in the next video. And if you can subscribe, that would be marvellous. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. And don't forget to check out my blog, www.notmuchordinary.com. It's a very light-hearted, nothing medical, and it's just how I feel about things. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to yourselves. See you soon. Bye.